Yun guys, good morning. Today's Tuesday, January 22, ang alam ko. So, I decided to kind of like, start my own, like, vlog channel. Hindi pa naman siya talaga established, so to speak. So, today, what I really want to talk about is, like, self-love. Um, I remembered a conversation with a friend, a female friend, lately, about her asking, you know, like an advice, about her asking an advice kung this guy na, she broke up with, what is she supposed to do? Okay lang ba na kausapin niya, na mag-reach out siya to kind of like get some closure with, with the relationship, and of course, she's still hoping na, they both get to, reconcile things between each other. So my take on it, honestly, it pains me. It hurts to see some women, some women reaching out, reaching out. Sila pa mismo yung nag-reach out sa ibang sa guy to kind of like, go back. It hurts me that, I think no woman should kind of like lower their standards para lang magkabalikan sila ng, previous partner nila. And, it all boils down to, like, from what I know, from what I believe is self-love. I mean, I always believe, before, kala ko ang love lang is, boyfriend, girlfriend, date, um, regalo dito, regalo dyan, good moments, eureka moments lang, happy lang, good vibes lang. No. You know, as I go through life, as I go through life, dun ko nakita na, before you could ever love someone, you should be able to love yourself first. You don't love, you don't look for a partner, with an expectation na bubuin ka ng tao na yun. No. Your love for yourself should be 100% first. And then when you have a partner, you just kind of like share that completeness with that other person. Ang hirap kasi ngayon, we kind of like, let's say for example ako, let's say I only love myself for like about 20, 30, or 40%. And then someone will come along and then will love me, I don't know, 60, 70%. Considering na 20, 30, 40%, let's say sabihin natin 40% na lang yung love ko para sa sarili ko. And then someone will come along and then will give me 60%. That may be 20% more sa self-love ko, pero that's not even 100%. You know, that's essentially not 100%. So we're looking into a generation of people na, you know, they're not, they want to be part of an intimate relationship with someone, but then hindi kompleto yung love nila para sa sarili nila. So ang nangyayari, they depend on that, they depend on their partner para buuin sila, para pasayahin sila, para mahalin sila, which is I think, if you're if your mental state is in that level, and then you feel like, your worth is dependent kung paano ka mahalin or kung paano ka tratuhin ng isang tao, then you guys are bound to kind of like break up sooner or later. Kasi nga, back to my point, love is really all about sharing, your completeness, sharing your complete self-love to another individual. So parang sila bonus na lang. Kumbaga 100% na ako. Tapos may partner ako, tapos bibigyan niya ako let's say 30% na lang, 40%, yun na lang yung kaya ibigay ng partner ko. Ano na lang yun? Bonus na lang yun. Um, my self-love is established. So, kind of like, kung di mo ko bigyan ng time, okay lang. I've given myself, I've given myself lots of time to love myself. So, whether or not, you love me, whether or not you give me time, whether or not, um, you understand me, whether or not, kung ano mang ibang bagay, okay lang ako. you know I'm here to kind of like share this 100% self-love and completeness na meron ako. Gusto ko tong i-share sa'yo. Gusto ko ding um, gusto kong maramdaman mo na I'm complete with myself, so that I'm hoping that it would kind of like give you an inspiration to do the same for yourself. I think ganun. And then going back, it really pains me. I mean, I think no woman should kind of like stoop down to a very low level para lang bumalik sa kanila yung guy, or para magkabalikan sila ng guy. I don't know. Pero hindi natin masisi. Of course, who am I to judge? I mean, who am I to judge other people for their kind of like mental state or mental um, that friend of mine, she's the way she is, because of her beliefs, because of her conditioning, because of the environment that she's been in. And then there's no point in hating, her. There's no point in, wala namang point kung magagalit ako sa kanya. Wala namang point kung pagsasabihin ko siya, ito yung dapat mong gawin, wag yan, ito. No, people will always do. She will always do whatever she thinks is best for her. I mean, lahat naman tayo ganun eh. We're just really doing the very best that we can. I mean, hindi man yung best man natin is considered parang alaws lang sa paningin ng ibang tao. Pero yun yung best natin. I mean, I don't know. So yun, ano pa ba? Self-love. Ano pa bang example na pwede ko mabigay? Okay, self-love. Before, siguro, gusto ko naman i-discuss yung sarili ko. So, pag-usapan yung sarili ko. So, before kasi, I used to kind of like, fool myself into thinking na pwede akong happy-go-lucky lang, na salita ng salita, na joke ng joke, na before ganun kasi ako, parang, I tried my hard to kind of like manufacture a false self of mine na dati parang before I was working I was working for ano nga bang results. So actually parang training, and then number of days lang, bilang lang yung pagstay ko sa production. I can still remember training days, parang ko bida-bida, parang ako yung tipo ng taong aligaga. Parang I'm trying to kind of like, you know, devoid ako ng self-love. I don't have self-love for myself. So I try to manufacture a false sense of myself. I try to establish I try to establish a false sense of myself in the pursuit of wanting other people to accept me. Pero kung i-accept man nila ako, it would still the false self na minanufacture ko. So, I just came to a point na, I work on myself to really figure out kung sino ba talaga ako. I'm that type of person na tahimik lang. I choose my battles wisely. I mean, if I think that someone that I would kind of like get into an argument with would really not listen or would really not even bother care sa sasabihin ko, I wouldn't sweat it. Of course, there are times hindi ko ikakaila. There are times na um there are times that I fail. There are times that I fail. Napapatulan ko yung mga bagay na hindi ko naman talaga dapat patulan. Napapatulan ko yung mga tao na hindi ko naman talaga dapat patulan. But then, I always remind myself that, Jay, you're doing the very best that you can. Again, hindi man yung best mo, hindi man best sa paningin ng iba, that's still your best. Believe in that. Um, And then, sorry, medyo mag-off track lang ako ng konti. I think this boils, sorry, this is kind of like connected to self-love also. So, reminded me of my, sorry, last na to sigurong example or story. Um, Nasa 7-Eleven kami ng anak ko kagabi. Then, we ate kasi kararating ko lang dito sa office, sa bahay. Umuwi ako. And then we ordered yun yung tuna meal, yung yung may egg na egg scrambled tapos may tuna sa gitna tapos rice. Tapos sa kanya yun. Sa akin is ano bang kinain ko? So hotdog sandwich and then ano nga ba yung rice meal ko sa akin? Hindi ko na maalala, so yun basta. And then nililinis kasi the crew of 7-Eleven was cleaning yung table na kakainan namin. And then apparently tinry niya kunin kasi nasa tray yung hotdog sandwich and then yung two rice meals na kakainin namin. And then she get it. And then apparently nahulog yung hotdog sa ground. At that moment, man, she was so scared. She was so scared. I mean, split seconds, I have to decide. At that moment, I know I have split seconds to decide whether or not magagalit ako sa kanya o magbo-burst out ako for the hot dog, sa pagkahulog ng hot dog, or would I create an environment of safety for her. At that moment, na takot siya, nagkamali siya. It reminds me growing up. Every time na magkakamali ako, my mom my mom used to say, Bobo, tanga. And then when I have my niece, my daughter, this reminds me of my my this reminds me of this role model I look up to. Um, this her his name is Kerwin Ray. She's kind of like YouTube like content creator as well. So he said, um, in those moments na children kind of like don't know how to process, when children uh, don't know how to process their emotions. What they need the most is, you know, a safety environment. Sabi niya, when a child is crying, when a child is kind of like filled with emotions na hindi niya ma-explain, uh, when a child is like filled up with emotions na hindi niya ma-explain, at that moment, sabi niya yung frontal lobe natin is will shut down. So meaning, um, kahit anong sabihin mo sa bata, when a child is crying, hindi ka niyan maintindihan no matter what, no 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 matter de kahit ano pang sabihin Tagalogin ko lang, kahit ano sabi na pag ang bata umiiyak, kahit ano pang sabihin mo diyan, hindi niya maintindihan since shut down yung frontal lobe niya. So sabi niya, the best thing that we can do as parents is to create a level of, sorry uh when sorry, let me just compose myself. So yun, when a child is crying, sabi nila, sorry pa, ulit-ulit ako. Sabi nila, when a child is crying, all they need is for us parents to create like a safety environment para ma-express lang nila, yung nararamdaman nila. When they're crying, it's really not about us. It's not what could other people could think of us. People could think na masamang parents tayo, pero I would rather be judged as as a bad parent kung kapalit naman nun is me raising my daughter to be a person who knows how to regulate her emotions. Minsan kasi, 'di ba, when we're outside tapos iiyak yung anak natin, we feel nahiya tayo, we feel ashamed. Parang feeling natin people are you know, people, yung tingin ng tao sa atin, pakiramdam natin parang ang sama-sama nating magulang. Ano bang nangyayari doon? Siguro kawawa naman yung bata, ganyan ganyan, bla bla bla. Punas na ako ng sipon. Siguro yun, when I was young, uh, you know, I've accumulated lots and lots of like emotional damage from from the people who took care of me. So I just don't want to pass those damages. I don't want to pass those pain na napulot ko when I was growing up. So I think the best thing that I can do for my daughter is to, again, it really goes back to us giving them, you know, that great, we owe to give them, sorry, nami-mental block na ako. So I think I would, I, I think it's best na I kind of like you know i-wrap up ko na to. So yun lang, as parents, the best thing that we can do for our children is to give them that uh, we need to create a safety we need to create a safety environment for them every time na na mag breakdown sila, every time na every time they would feel any negative emotion, we're there. We need to kind of like assure them that no matter what you're feeling right now, I'm here. I'll create a safety environment for you to I'll create a safety environment para ma-regulate mo, para matutunan mong mag-cope dun sa mga bagay na nararamdaman mo ngayon. My child, I know it's hard. I know you can't put into words kung ano yung nararamdaman mo, but I'm here. Just cry yourself out. Um, just cry yourself out. Do whatever express. I mean, do whatever you think is necessary para maipakita mo sa akin, para ma-explain mo sa akin yung nararamdaman mo or yung kung ano mang gumugulo sa iyo. And then eventually, we'll work on it together. We'll talk. If daddy needs to adjust sa mga bagay na if daddy needs to adjust in doing something, sorry, medyo off track na ako, pero sige, I'll still try my very best to wrap up this vlog in the best way I can. So yun lang, again, going back to self love. um let's just let's give let's give the best love we can sa sarili natin. People may not understand the way we love ourselves, pero tayo lang din naman ang deep down inside, we know what we need. We know what we want. um People have their own lives to deal with. um Wala naman talagang, no one cares. I mean, no one cares about my problems, no one cares about your problems. They could care, but other people cannot care as much as you care for yourself and myself. I mean, sari-sarili tayong pasan ng krus. Um, and and going back to parenting, let's do our very best. Let's do our very best to love our children the best way we can. You know, sabi nga, kids kids spell love with time, time. Um, you know, our presence. Yun yung gusto nila eh, our 100% undivided attention. So kung mapapansin nyo, when kahit ilang laruan yung bili nyo sa mga anak nyo, but when you don't pay attention to them, when you don't kind of like give all of your attention sa kanila, they would still kind of like crave for more. They would bug you, mommy, 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 daddy, 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 daddy. And then hindi matatapos yung pagpapabili ng toys. Plus, yun pala, naisip ko lang, uh, children will children will try to get your attention sa kahit anong paraan na pwede nilang magawa. Kasi whether ganito lang yan eh, as parents, may mga bagay na kumukuha ng attention natin. Mostly, we're our attention are being caught by our children kung nagkamali sila. So, ang tendency, when a child um, develops this mindset na, pag nagkamali ako, bibigyan ako ng attention ni mama. Yes, papagalitan niya ako, pero attention pa rin yun. Kumbaga, at that moment, yung attention niya nasa akin. So, gawa na lang ako ng mali. So, yun, medyo delikado yun. Um, but if we kind of if we could, I mean, let's try again, let's try our very best to kind of like give all the all the sorry let's try our very best to give all the undivided attention that our children deserve from us. So yun lang. uh let's help each other. um I mean, we're all in this together. I mean, our, our children would be part of the next generation, who would um, who would then guide the next generation after them. So I think it's a good thing, it's an excellent thing to kind of like have that goal na teka, gusto kong gusto kong lumaki yung anak ko na established, gusto kong lumaki yung anak ko na strong yung mindset niya, strong yung gusto ko siya lumaki na strong yung mindset niya, gusto ko siya lumaki na marunong mag-cope with uh, whatever problems that could go along his or her way. And then eventually pag nagkaanak naman siya din, he or she will do the same. I mean, ano lang siya, ripple effect. So, yun lang. Um, so guys, if nakaabot kayo up until this point, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for, stay tuned for other vlogs. I'll try to create one vlog a day. Ito kasi ginawa ko lang, I created this blog. I created this blog. Before I start my day, before ko gawin yung mga dapat na bagay na dapat kong gawin. So there you go. So I would really love to know what your thoughts are. So leave your comments. Like na rin kayo, subscribe o vlog. So yun. Um, I've always wanted to use this word before. I've always been fascinated in using this word before. Namaste. Namaste means I bow down to the divine that is within you. So, namaste.